You know how sometimes opportunities come out of nowhere and change everything?
That's exactly what happened to us at NIAT Hyderabad. We had been working on our self-driving cars project for months, doing our best with the resources we had. Then one day we received news that changed everything.
We were getting an all-expense paid trip to Delhi to showcase our project at India's biggest autonomous vehicle event. Everything was covered, our flights, accommodation and even the transportation of our project. For students like us, this was mind-blowing. The journey from Hyderabad to Delhi was thrilling. We kept checking our phones to make sure this was actually happening. In our bags, we carried months of hard work, countless failed attempts, and finally a few successful tests of our self-driving system.
We were both excited and nervous. We had only seen these big companies and their groundbreaking technology in YouTube videos and articles. Now, we were going to be in the same room as them. When we first walked into the event, it felt like stepping into one of those futuristic tech videos we had watched so many times. All these companies had such sophisticated equipment. Our self-driving system, which we had been so proud of back in college, suddenly felt very basic. But there where the story gets really interesting. We were still setting up our booth, trying to make everything look as professional as possible when something completely unexpected happened.
Two people stopped by our booth, and not just any people, it was Shinpei Kato of Tier 4 and Christian John, the president of Tier 4 North America. At first we thought they were lost. Why would such important people be interested in our small project? But then they started asking us questions, real detailed questions about our work.
You need to understand just how big this was. We were talking to Tier 4, one of the world's leading companies in autonomous vehicle technology. They created AutoWare, the first all-in-one open source software for self-driving cars, which is now used by over 200 companies and 2,000 plus developers worldwide. The biggest lesson they taught us was about what really matters in the real world. We were so focused on making our system perfect in controlled conditions, but they assured us that real self-driving cars need to handle all kinds of unpredictable situations, especially in India. Sometimes making quick decisions is better than aiming for perfection. You need backup plans for when things go wrong. To put things in perspective, Shinpei Kato isn't just any CEO. He's a pioneer in autonomous vehicle technology. His company, Tier 4, is valued at several $100 million.
And Christian John, he is leading Tier 4 expansion into one of the world's largest automotive markets. These people who regularly meet the government and industry leaders to shape the future of transportation. Throughout the event, we attended talks by industry experts that opened our eyes even further. Rahul Atluri spoke about how India has potential to become a leader in self-driving technology, not by copying others' country, but by solving problems unique to India. And just when we thought that the day couldn't get any better, Christian John came back to our booth and actually made us learn a lot of stuff over an hour of chat. One of the most eye-opening moments came when we learned about SOAFEE, Scalable Open Architecture for Embedded Edge from Christian John. This wasn't just another technical framework, it was a complete game changer for how autonomous vehicles are built and operated. Let me break this down for you. He said, think of a SOAFEE as an operating system for the future of mobility. Just like your phone OS manages everything from an app to battery life, SOAFEE manages every aspect of an autonomous vehicle. He showed us a live demonstration of how SOAFEE works. First one, system architecture. SOAFEE divides an entire system into layers. Hardware abstraction layer for different sensors and actuators. Real-time processing layers for immediate decisions. Application layer for higher level function. Safety layer that monitors everything. Second one, real-time processing. This system processed multiple scenarios simultaneously. Immediate sensor data analysis, path planning alternatives, risk assessment for each option, decision execution within milliseconds. Safety implementation. Every decision of SOAFEE goes through multiple checks. Primary safety verification, redundant system validation, fail-safe mechanism activation, real-time error correction. Our team was fascinated. But how does this work in Indian conditions, we asked. That's where it gets really interesting. He showed us how Tier 4 implementation of SOAFEE handles uniquely Indian scenarios. First, mixed traffic management. Real-time classifications of different vehicle types, dynamic speeds adjustment for mixed traffic, special algorithm for two-wheeler behavior prediction, adaptive space management for varying vehicle size, environmental adaptation, dust and rain compensation for sensors, temperature-based performance optimization, variable lightning condition adaptation, special modes for monsoon season, then came hands-on part.
Looking back, we learned so much more than just technical knowledge. Don't be afraid to start small. We thought our project wasn't good enough, but the experts told us that every big company started somewhere. What matters is solving real problems, not having fancy equipment. We used to focus on making our cars follow lanes perfectly. Now we understand that it's more important to ensure it can handle unexpected situations safely. Keep learning and asking questions. The experts weren't just there to tell us what to do. They were genuinely interested in hearing our ideas too. They showed us that everyone in this field is still learning. Returning to NIAT, we now see our project differently. We are not just building a self-driving cars. We are solving real problems faced on Indian roads. We are also excited about all the possibilities we have discovered. Using similar technology for agricultural vehicles, developing delivery robots for Indian cities, building automation systems for warehouses, enhancing safety features for regular cars. This experience taught us so much more. And to every student working on technology project, don't underestimate the value of your work. The solutions you are developing for local problems could have a global impact. Every major innovation in technology started with someone saying, "What if we tried this?" Maybe the next big breakthrough in autonomous vehicles will come from a college project in India. Why not from NIAT?